Hello everyone, welcome. My name is vAaron and today I'm here to give you my Trickster Rogue build in Mod22. So as of today, I still am freezing. Again, I've been trying to get dungeon gameplay for you guys so you don't have to watch me standing in the enclave or wherever. But while I talk, that's just what it's going to have to be. It's going to be in the enclave because I'm still freezing and it is happening hourly, sadly. But anyway, the rogue build. So we're going to start with the race. We are a GIF, and the only reason I have chosen a GIF over my Dragonborn, well actually there's two reasons. One, I get to wear a hat or a hood, so I basically look like a Trickster Rogue, all shadowy, mysterious, like a ninja. And also because within the GIF race you get 5% combat advantage, and that gets added on 2% to the right over there. So anyway, character sheet first. So we have got, it's basically the generic DPS gear. Most DPS run this stuff. I am no different. So we got the Garistro horns, we got the rib cage, we got the van braces. I do not have the wrist guards of participation. I don't know. We've got the lion heart weapons, and we've got the wasteland warriors, which is 5% combat advantage when you are 25 feet or closer to your target. So the lion heart weapons, I wish every single person on this game would use the mastercraft weapons, because they're a no-brainer. If 5 people are using this in your group, they are best in slot. But 5 people need to be using them, otherwise they're pretty much useless. So we're going to run with the Lionheart. The set bonus, so this is where I change it up. So right now we've got Demo Gorgon, and I'll explain why, because I'm sure a lot of you are wondering why don't I have Mithril on. I'll get into it, I promise. And we are missing rings from Voss. As I said, I'm not able to run anything, so I am missing the Band of Air, and I am also missing one of the legendary rings, maybe the Queen's Opal ring, maybe. And then down here we have the Veil Tunic, which is when you're moving for 3 seconds, your damage is increased by 1%, stacks up to 5 times. And when you stand still for longer than 5 seconds, it disappears. So this is my AoE. And we are always going to be moving, hence why I'm using the Veil Tunic. It's going to give me 5% more damage. I've just got to make sure I'm moving. And with how our AoE works, we are always on the move, trying to avoid red and all that good stuff. So, we have the Storyteller's Journals. And obviously we have the Demo Gorgon's Reach for the set bonus. So these journals, the healer or the tank or whoever's in charge might ask you to run something different. If they ask you to run something different, that's fine. Just, they might tell you to put the Frozen on, or they might tell you to put debuff on. Maybe they'll tell you to put the Mithril on, or whatever's going to help the group out. So make sure you help the group out, don't be selfish. And yeah, so let me explain why I have Demo Gorgon on, because a lot of rogues don't have it on. As I said, this is my build, this is what works for me. Others might have different I don't know, feels, tests, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, so what I do is I run up to the enemy and I immediately press triangle. When I press triangle, they basically see me, which means I cannot get combat advantage if I enter stealth, because they know I'm there. So I use this, because I won't be getting the ticks of combat advantage, sadly. There is no point in me using the Mithril. However, when it comes to single target, I have got the Mithril on. But for now, on each crit hit from your at-will encounter and daily powers, gain a stack of Demo Gorgon's Fury for 10 seconds. Each stack increases your outgoing damage by 1%, stacks up to 5 times. Now, this is the rotation I usually go with. I'll show you all the other sheets in a second. So I basically run up to the enemy, and a lot of people might just go bang, go stealth, and then they'll continue. I don't personally do that. I run up to them, I click Path of the Blades, like that, Oh, they've already seen me. I took a smoke bomb for my own survivability. I go stealth, high blade flurry twice. And there you go, the mobs are usually dead with the first blade flurry anyway. So you don't always need the second one, so you can save it. Your stealth will refill pretty quick, and then you can basically do it again. But that is why I don't use the mithril on AoE. And I've explained the Veil Tunic. So, we are going to talk about the reinforcement kits. We got crit severity on all the left side ones, because as you can tell, we are lacking some crit severity. Now, my crit strike is like that on purpose, because once I take off one of these rings, if I get the band of air, I'm going to lose 4k crit strike. Lose 4k crit strike, I'm basically on par with stats. And then I'm going to add, is it 3,300 from the band of air? Which is going to up my crit severity a bit, along with item level and combine rating. So it's going to up it a tad bit more. And from then on, I will balance as I need to, but I shouldn't have to balance too much, as I've done the preparation. So I could potentially get rid of some crit strike because of my potions, but we'll get into that in just a second. The next page, we are going strength and charisma. Strength for the physical damage, and the charisma for the forte and recharge speed. Can't go wrong with a bit of recharge speed. The reason we haven't gone dex is because I can cap out crit severity quite easily, so I'm not too worried about that. So, enchantments, we have got mythic, which I regret doing because everything is pointless in the game. But anyway, we've got jade times 2. We've got a citrine, I think that's how you say it, and we've got a garnet, all in the offensive. So these are the enchantments I basically bought just basically on a whim, and I have had to stat balance around these enchantments because they are bound, and I am not going to buy more enchantments. I'm not going to do that. And these, we've got defense in the defense slots, and we've got forte to up our combat advantage on our rogue in the utility. So down here, we have movement speed. We're on AoE, so we definitely want to move when we want to get to the mobs quicker. If you are one of them players that likes to get to the mobs first and you run ahead of the tank, do not blame the healer or the tank for you dying. This is what I always tell any healer and tank I run with. If I die, it is on me. If you die and you're doing this, it is on you. You cannot blame the healer or the tank. The tank is supposed to go first, so if you run ahead, it's all your fault. We've got Curse Burn for AoE. I don't think there's a big difference between that and Poison Thorn anyway, so not a big deal. And then we've got Rage of Flames, and we've got Devil's Precision to help our accuracy and crit chance a bit more. It looks like they're bugged because the combat time remaining is 0, and I'm pretty sure it still works. I'm not gonna take them off just in case. But anyway, we don't want to look at appearance, so here we go. Power sheet. Cloud of Steel, I use this for like LOM, maybe some trials, but also if you don't have the band of air, grab yourself Gloaming Cut. It's a decent single target, as long as you put the bleed on from Julie's Flurry, start your Gloaming Cut and it gives you some pretty hard hits. So as I've just shown you with the rotation, we've got Path of the Blade, we've got Smoke Bomb, and we've got Blade Flurry. It's a simple rotation, run into the enemy, click your triangle, or click your Path of the Blade, then click your Smoke Bomb to help your survivability, or you could do Smoke Bomb first if you really want. You could also, I don't like going stealth and then Smoke Bomb because I can't pop Blade Flurry twice then, which is why I usually go Path of the Blade, then Smoke Bomb for my survivability. Or maybe I'll do a dodge, I'll do Path of the Blade, and then I'll dodge, and then I'll do a Smoke Bomb, and then I'll do stealth, Blade Flurry twice, and there you go. So we've got the Whirlwind of Blades. It's our typical AoE, that's all you need to know. Hateful Knives, it looks good, but I'm pretty sure it's broken. It just doesn't hit the enemies like it says it does. And here we have Skillful Infiltrator for the movement speed, 10%. Also it gives you 2.5 crit strike. And also we go over, when you have combat advantage, your powers deal additional 20 magnitude damage to the target. Even though they see me, I'm always trying to get behind them. I'm always trying to get combat advantage. Again, when it comes to the set, I'm not using Mithril. However, they're dead with like 1 or 2 blade flurries anyway, so I'm not actually getting the ticks from Mithril anyway, which is why I'm not using the Mithril set, but we are using that class feature. So these, we're going bottom, bottom, top, 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 and I don't want to read them. They're pretty self-explanatory. This is what every rogue pretty much uses. If you want to read them, go ahead, but personally I don't. It's probably in every single rogue build out there where they just spend 10 minutes reading these, and I don't want to keep you guys for that long. So that is the AoE loadout for my rogue. Next sheet we are going to is Boons. So the Boons are pretty self-explanatory. You want to get all the offensive ones, so you got all the power on the left. Then you go in one, and then you've got crit strike, you've got your crit save, combat advantage, and your accuracy. I have also got defense on, and I've also got awareness on. So defense is basically like the mobs that look at you. However, awareness is the mobs that have combat advantage on you. So it's making you, I would say, less squishy, but it doesn't work. It does work, but it doesn't seem to work. Got to clarify myself. It's not bugged. It's working fine. It's just working fine is not enough. Okay. So we've got points in the health all the way up. Health is the love art. And then we go over here. We have damage and damage resistance versus fiends. We've got 3 points in there. We've got 5 in the movement speed for obvious reasons. We have 5 in undead. Resistance and damage towards undead. And then here we've got tier 5. And we have 4 points into Forte. And then we've got 4 points into recharge speed. Again, they're pretty self-explanatory. Forte will help your stats. As a rogue, it'll be combat advantage. And recharge speed is so you can pop them encounters quicker. And that's what the basis of the AoE Rogue is. It's all about the encounters. And we got Bloodlust. Again, there's no point running anything else. Companions. So we got the Icosahedron Ironstone. What this does, if you look at the stats there to the right, it gives you bonus power, bonus combat advantage, and bonus crit strike. I know my crit strike is over, but we've already spoken about that. It's done on purpose. So that's that. Ideally, I would like to run the Owlbear Cub because it gives you the accuracy. It'll take away the power, it'll take away the crit strike, and it'll give you more crit sev. So you could probably run the Owlbear Cub if you've got the risk odds of participation. I don't have it right now, so ideally it would be the Owlbear Cub, but right now we're going to stick with the Ironstone because that helps the stats the most right now. Equipment. So we actually don't have double offense, and I don't care enough to get them personally. I've got a couple. I don't even know where I got these from. That's 1300. That's 1400. Accuracy, crit sev, accuracy, combat advantage. And then we got crit severity and awareness. I could probably change some of these out if I need to stat balance. It's no issue. And then we've got acute senses. Again, if my accuracy was higher, I would probably put the accuracy one on. But we've got acute senses, so the combat advantage does actually go up for 15 seconds. Not a big deal, but it helps a lot. So we've got the companion bonuses. Starduff's Present. Again, it's generic. Everyone uses it. 7.5% combat advantage. We got Minsk. Some people use it, some people don't. I personally use it. I really like it. I definitely think it helps. We got Black Dragon's Insight, which is 7.5 crit chance. You gotta have that. Lovely. Neverwinter Knight's Discipline. I absolutely love this companion. Outgoing damage increased by 7.5%. And then we got the Alchemist Discipline. If I could, I would put a golden cat here. But it doesn't matter. It's no big deal. It's crit chance, combat advantage. It's still good. So, we're going over to mounts. That's just the appearance. You don't need to focus on that. So for AoE, we have the Pegasus mount combat power. Magnitude 3000. And it shares between all the enemies. Also, allies gain Forte and one of the following based on roll. So DPS players in your group will have 15% damage. The tank in your group will have 15% damage resistance, and the healer in your group will have 15% outgoing healing. It's an incredible buff, and if you can have one legendary and one mythic in your group, they do stack, and it's unbelievable. We've got Armor Breaker to help that crit severity get up. Without this, we would be severely under it. We'd be about 60. So we definitely need Armor Break. And then here we go. So we've got colors. We got the legendary from the Echoes of Prophecy Premium Pass. But we've got crit severity. We've got the encounter powers because we are an AoE and we definitely need the encounter powers. We've got movement speed. Again, no big deal. We got stamina gain. Not really needed. Just wearing it for the item level. Gold bonus. Not really needed. Wearing it for the item level. And then we have Shepherd's Devotion, which is going to, whenever you use a daily power, you and your teammates' defense is increased by 1500. And their movement speed is increased by 10%. This will help them get out of the red quicker. And it will also help their squishiness to be still squishy, but not so squishy, if that makes sense. So we've got Shepherd's Devotion there. We've got Gladiator's Guile, which is more movement speed. Assassin's Covenant, which is basically lose 1000 to each of your defense stats and gain 1000 to each of your offense stats. We have 2 of them, and we have 2 Gladiator's Guile for the movement speed. We are wearing all dominance and brutalities for the power crit sev and power and forte. So I believe that is everything that I've gone over. Let me have a quick look. Yep, it's looking like that's everything, guys. So let me show you the rotation real quick. Okay, guys, let's see the rotation. So we've got everything ready. We've got our artifact, we've got our mount, we've got everything. So all you're going to do when you see a group of mobs, you might see a big group of mobs. You might see some bigger mobs in there. So if you need to do a full rotation for whatever the situation is, pop your artifact. Why is that so big? Pop your artifact. Pop your mount. Click your Path of Blades. Click your Smoke Bomb for survivability. Dodge if you need to. And then Blade Flurry twice. What you want to do, I didn't do it that time, but what you want to do is when you pop your artifact and then you pop your mount, you then pop your daily. I forgot to do it then. So what will happen, I'll show you one more time when the time is reset. So what you're going to want to do is run to the mobs, pop your artifact, pop your Pegasus, or whatever you're using for AoE, and then you're going to pop your daily, which is Whirlwind of Blades, and then you're going to continue. You're going to go Path of Blades, you're going to dodge, you're going to Smoke Bomb, you're going to go Stealth, and you're going Blade Flurry twice. So just in case you didn't get that, I'm going to go through it again, and I will call it as I do it. We got about 8 seconds. Here we go, here we go. So, you're going to run up, artifact, mount, daily, Path of the Blades, Smoke Bomb. Now, I did a stealth and then I did Whirlwind of Blades. That was complete accident. What I was supposed to do was run up, artifact, mount, Whirlwind of Blades, and then Path of Blades, dodge, Smoke Bomb, stealth, and then Blade Flurry, Blade Flurry. Everyone well, not everyone. Some people have different rotations. If that works for you, that's fine. I'm just showing what works for me. So that is the AoE loadout. In the potion tray, I have the Forger's box and a Chain of Scales, just because. And if we look at the buffs, we are using Watermelon Sorbet, Flask of Potency rank 3 +1, and a Wildstorm Elixir to help that crit severity a little bit more. So let's switch real quick to the single target. There are some changes, and I want to go over the rotation again. So as you can see, we've changed the set because we are going to be aiming to be behind the boss, and we're always going to be in combat advantage, which is where this is going to shine, along with the ticks that the artifact sets from the journals give us, it'll be awesome. We have changed the Veil Tunic because we want that 5% combat advantage. More combat advantage, the better. Let's see what else we changed. We haven't changed anything. Well, we have changed something about the mounts. We have the Giant Toad Tongue Lash. I think this is better than Tunnel Vision, but that is just my opinion. They both do 3000 magnitude damage. We have actually taken off the Black Dragon's Insight, which is the 7.5 crit chance. And we have put on the Batiri. And to make up that 7.5 crit chance, we have actually put Precision on. And we basically made up for any crit chance that we lost. Boons are all the same. The powers, here we go. So again, we've got Gloaming Cut and we've got Julie's Flurry. I said Gloaming Cut on the AoE because you might need it for bigger mobs. It depends, again, it's situational. But you could always go with ranged. I just like Gloaming Cut because I like being in everyone's face. So we've got the Wicked Reminder, we've got the Assassinate, and we got the Lashing Blade. Now, on this single target that we're on, Shocking Execution is the daily you're going to be using. Now, when we go on class features, we have Invisible Infiltrator, which is when you use daily power, your stealth meter is refilled. And we are going to incorporate this into the rotation. And then we got Oppressive Darkness again for that extra damage. Now, I'm not going to go through these again. The video's gone on long enough. So we're going bottom, 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 top, bottom. And that's basically it for them. This is what works best for me. And that's about it, I believe. So let me show you a quick rotation. We are a bit over when it comes to crit strike. That's fine. It can be adjusted when I get the things that I need. So, I haven't got the daily. So, I'll just call it, I guess. It's going to be awkward. But, okay, here we go. So, this is what I do. I'll go slowly. Artifact. Stealth. Wicked Reminder. The Toad. The daily. Stealth again. Lashing Blade. And Assassinate. That is the single target. So again, when you don't have a daily, you could press square, stealth, Wicked Reminder, Lashing Blade, Assassinate. Don't forget Lashing Blade stacks onto your crit severity stat. So if we look here, right here, it says stealth adds 50% crit severity to the attack. 50% is a lot. However, that is 50% onto your stat. So if I stealth lashing, and it's like my first rotation, it's going to help, which is why I always go stealth, Wicked Reminder. They're my daily, which is going to instantly refill my stealth meter. They're going to go stealth lashing. It's my first rotation. I haven't got the stacks up to make up that crit strike, so Lashing Blade is a good thing to have there. However, when you don't have a daily, then the best thing to do is you go stealth, Wicked Reminder, Lashing Blade, then Assassinate. And that is basically it for the Rogue Rotation, AoE and single target. This is my build. It more often than not tops the scoreboard. If I'm going against a good player who has the Band of Air, you're not beating them. But I have beat people that have the Band of Air. This is the build that works for me. Will it work for you? Might do, might not. And I'm just sharing because this is what I seem to get the most damage with. Doesn't mean you're gonna, but it doesn't mean it's a bad build either. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you are new. You want to make your way back to the channel. Let me know if this build helped you out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.